Hi. I hope you're enjoying all of this. You seem to be. I say that for a very good reason. So what's happened now, and I don't expect you to be able to say much about this, but um, because you've shown an interest in my world, I've actually gone onto YouTube and I'm actually looking into the history of communism in Eastern Europe. I'm interested in your world. And that's the thing, because of the word communist. Just keep. I think right. I'm going to. Once upon a time, I would have got books out of the library and read them. I can sort of see myself sitting back reading, but no, I just watch YouTube vids, um, and I love it. It's uh, there was a stage I went through with Sue. It didn't last long, but it was a beautiful stage where, and she was only doing it, I think, to make sure we had children and that sort of stuff. It was an act, and she wasn't really that interested. But we'd go from one subject to the next, and we'd sort of, and we just sort of leapfrog from here to there and talk about different subjects. But she wasn't really interested. She really just, in the end of the day, she liked watching singing and dancing on television. Um, those shows, singing and dancing shows, and it's just that's really what she was into. And it was, like I guess a little bit of it's okay, but it was boring. And Jackie probably was interested in it, but she would have a full-on argument about why I was so stupid and didn't know what I was talking about. Whereas I'm just interested in sort of getting a rough idea of what happened and how it happened, and because through our discussions, I'm thinking, is Australia going to socialism and then probably communism? It feels that way because what we're both describing, you've gotten rid of your industry, we've gotten rid of our industry. Government employees seem to be the best paid and that seem to be the head of the thing. That's what's happening here. And I think what happened to me just is really strange. And did I tell you that Nigel Farage had a show? He's a Brexit guy, and he was encouraging all of the people who had had dealings with mental health to call him, phone in. It was a radio show, and all of these people were calling in. This is in the UK, and they were all saying, "Oh, hopeless." The only people who knew what they were doing are the volunteers. The volunteers were good, but the professionals, paid professionals, were just hopeless. University trained, no idea what they were doing. And I thought, gee, come to Australia, let me give you a story or two, because that was nothing compared to what happened here. They took that and and it sort of made me wonder, is there something? Is this the road to socialism? Is some, I don't know, because it seems strange. I just couldn't understand why anybody could be that hopeless. So it sort of piqued my interest, when you said, "Oh, it looks like a communist country." I thought, and I remember during, that meeting, my crisis meeting, one of the mental health guys said something, I can't remember. He said something about a democratic socialist or something like that. And I thought, yeah, that's unusual. But they're just arseholes. And from the little bit I've seen so far, oh boy, and under Stalin, they're not nice people. But anyway, I don't expect you to say anything about that, and I won't press for anything. But can you see how it's sort of that's me? I'm afraid, I'm just interested, and it just needs to be piqued by something, just another person to say something, might be one word, like you said, one thing, and that was enough. It's stuck in my mind, hasn't left me. And I just keep thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, and I look at the houses. I think, my God, they're looking drab. And I thought, yeah, because that was our impression of Eastern Europe, drab, and communism, and drab, just all drab. If there was one word that could describe our mental image of all of that, it was drab. The clothing was drab, the housing was drab, everything was drab. The weather was drab. Yeah, drab, I think, would be the word that encapsulates the whole thing. And my feeling today was, wow, we're getting a bit drab here as well. And I can well understand it needed paint. Yeah, but anyway, uh, uh, I love Tina. I think she's great. Oh, but boy, and you say, oh, does she turn you on? I think, oh God, how do I explain this? It's just, I don't even get a mild erection out of it. Honestly, it doesn't, and it's embarrassing because she's probably expecting me to get turned on, and I have no interest. It probably shows. I don't know. I feel dreadful. Um, but that's always me. I always feel dreadful about something. But this sort of thing. This is why I'm saying, I hope you're sort of interested, not just pretending to be like Sue used to be, 'cause that's awful. Yeah, but I mean, it's just sort of that's what I like, and it's bringing back those times to me, and I appreciate that. It's actually making me forget about what happened and all of that. I'm actually getting back into a place that I liked being. I used to go to the library all the time, but she sort of lost interest. And I kept going to the library and didn't bother reading the books after a while, and I just kept getting them every once in a while and left them on the coffee table but nobody was interested. And I thought, because it was a good time. It was like this. It's really uplifting. Oh yeah, okay. It's sort of, you sort of just pick up on this, and it's not about buying a house or a car or anything else like that. It's just, oh yeah, okay. So what happens there? What do your shoes look like? What about this? What about that? Oh yeah, okay. So it's not bad, is it? Really? Oh, I think I like it. And if you can get in this sort of mood, yeah, you actually become productive and something will happen and we'll make some money and, there you go. But uh, that's sort of how I was going that way 20 years ago. And then it just went awful. I mean, part of it was my fault, I guess. It was, trying to learn to do the track style. That was difficult. And I was doing that up until 1996 when we had Jackie. But 93, 94, 95, well, just doing this sort of thing. Lovely. And we go from one bouncer, a nice time. And it makes you feel nice, doesn't it? Yeah, just sort of, oh, you say, I'll get more pics. Yeah, I love looking at the pics. Yeah, see how you feel good. Yeah, it's like that. Uh, yeah, and didn't enjoy it with the kids because Siobhan had no interest, and Jackie was just too full on. She'd go and research it and tell me in 10 seconds how I was wrong and why I was wrong. And I'm like, I don't really want to. I'm just interested in it. Like, are you right or wrong about, graft? Who gives a fuck? He's just interested in it, you know what I mean? It's just, I just swap and share a bit of, like you say, there's nobody in town. I said, yeah, gee, did you notice that too? And it's like you're here. It's like you say, oh, gee, there's no one down there. Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? Like you've lived here with me. And I think, oh, fuck, what's wrong with that? That's good. I like it. It's sort of, well, it actually had that effect on me. Oh, yeah, did you notice? It was like, yeah, oh God, it's dead. I kept thinking, what day of the week it was? I didn't know which day of the week it was. Oh my God, there's nobody here. And it's because I can see all the half price stickers and sales everywhere and shops closing down and boy, oh boy, oh dreadful. And it's yeah, whether it's to do with mining or but it's just gradually eroding. They say we're in a depression already. They're just, this recovery is an illusion. People are starting to realise, no, it's just all bullshit. We're in, they've fudged the numbers so much that, the people I follow are saying it's more than likely a depression already. It's gone beyond a recession. One guy he's very good. He said, yeah, in his 30 years' time, we'll look back on this time. So, yeah, we're in depression. And that's how it feels. But, but look, we've achieved it. We set out to achieve it, and we've done it. It wasn't that hard. You've given me a real lift. It hasn't cost you anything. But that's what's possible to do between people. I don't know how, it takes two to tango. I couldn't imagine Tina doing this or Raf doing this. Or Indy. Oh, boy. Sue did it, but it was an act. Like everything in Sue's life, it was an act. But anyway, I'm going back to find out more about communism in Eastern Europe. And thanks for everything. It's really good. Really loving it. Talk to you later. Bye.